we installed the welded wire on the top of the extended run, and I am in the process of installing this hardware cloth around the base of it, and so it's a complete mess here. I have tools that didn't work. I have tools that were in my way. I have cut hardware cloth. I have cut welded wire. I have everything everywhere, and it's just kind of like I've got the pressure washer. That board fell. Look, I mean, it's like a catastrophe out here. But I have half of it mostly finished. I have it in the ground, probably not as deep as I should, but I would say maybe 8 inches, maybe. I was just like, you know what? I don't think anybody's going to get in here, but you know, it's pretty good. I'm going to build up some of the dirt around it as well, and then that will turn into like a, you know, concrete over time, because the dirt here is such, it's like this. Look at this. Getting through this is hard. So what I did was I used the pressure washer to basically imagine drawing a line back and forth a few times. Then I use the pitchfork to loosen the dirt, and then I do it again and again and again, and I dig some of the dirt out, and then I put the hardware cloth in, and then voila. One thing that's nice is that you see this gap here. It's always worried me. I was able to get the hardware cloth on there in such a way that I can still open this door, which was the big deal. You know, it was like, well, the thought was, you know, if anything can get through a 2x4 opening, they could get through there. But actually, if something worked at it, it's actually more like a 2x8 or 12 opening. So now it's not. And you see these ladies? They are picking the dried mud off the welded wire, because that's what they do. They eat dried mud and dirt and sand and all that. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on this side, and I'm gonna do it today. I'm kind of like, oh, do I want to do it today? It's like, yeah, you do. But I'm gonna move a few things, or I think I'm just gonna put a board over there to block it, because it does splatter mud everywhere. It makes a mess. The door was completely muddy, but you know, I have a pressure washer, so I cleaned it off. Yeah, I know you guys are excited. They don't like the sound of it. It has like a high-pitched squeal. I don't know that they care about, you know, what it does so much as how it sounds. And then we have the completion of the welded wire to keep predators out of here. I don't know what would have gotten in. I don't know what would have crawled up here and got in, or what would have flown in, you know. I mean, I suppose if an owl was really, really smart, it could have, but now it can't. Michael is getting some specific nails to hold it down, because you see these staples. Some of them are staying and some of them are just popping back off. And that side actually over there seemed to be the most difficult, but it's actually the most stable, because the run is holding it in place. So as you can see, this one is still kind of, if I tie this down, which I'm going to, those staples might just pop out. So he's going to get some special nails or screws. I just used some, what the heck is this called? What is this wire? Oh my gosh, my brain just went completely blank. I'm going to think of it in a minute after I'm done making this video. Anyway. Let's see. Does it say what it is here? All it says is dark annealed wire. Alright, well that's not what we've been calling it. Well, whatever. Anyway. Oh, ah, hey. So I was just trying to say what kind of wire I used. Baling wire. I don't even know how to film this. Let's see what happens. There goes one. That's a lot of talent right there. Look at that. Okay. These are the two that were on my back. A couple monkeys. Yeah. Got a couple of monkeys on my back. Well, don't peck her eye out. That's... She's like, what are those feathers around your face? I don't have feathers like that around my face. Sweet Pea is an Easter egger. Someday she's going to have blue eggs, I assume. She hasn't laid eggs yet. Angel here did today. Popcorn did today. These two have not yet. Freeloaders. So I was just going to document how I'm doing this part under the door. I'm using hardware cloth that's folded over so that it will never jab at them. I'm using the pressure washer to dig into the ground. Obviously I have a couple more inches to go, and I'll use the pitchfork too. But basically I want to be able to protect underneath this door, and this seemed like the best way. It'll be a welded wire strip, just like the rest, only folded over so that nobody, including the chickens or myself, can get hurt. What do you think of that? They're just like, we're done with this nonsense. I'm done with this nonsense. So I got this in there. I got the zip ties there to keep them in place. Oh, man. You know, it gets to a point in a project where you have to just stop, right? Because you start taking shortcuts that don't help. They make it worse. They're not really shortcuts. They're like long shortcuts. I am actually pretty much done now with the hardware cloth. I just need to fill in some dirt. I have the wire holding it in place. I have some zip ties. And then, of course, the dirt will keep it in place. Whew. The next project will be to put a row of large rocks, not pebbles, but, not necessarily river rocks, but along this area here, right under where the water will come down. And that will help because this land does not soak up the water very well. So if we do have a lot of rain, it's going to come here and probably go right into there. The real reason that I did this was so that I can leave the entire run open at night. What I do is I leave the hatch open when it's warm enough, and it still is. And then I've been closing the kennel in there because this extended run hasn't been predator proof enough for me. Technically, I'm sure something could get in there. I don't know that a skunk could fit through these areas. I'm sure someone will be like, yeah, it can. Your chickens are gonna die. I have seen a skunk in the yard. But I think we're okay. Now I can leave that gate open. And when they get up in the morning, I don't have to run out here, open the gate so that they have more room. Like this morning, I didn't. And they were, the young ones were like, oh my gosh, we're dying. What are you guys doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You gonna lay an egg? No? Why not? You should. All right, I just looked at what time it is. It's 5:45. They haven't come out yet. Ugh, yeah, I have to fix this area. Okay, come on. I know, it's a small opening. Come on. Okay, come on. Okay. All right, now go play for a while, and then I'll go get ice cream. Just go away now. Go away. Shoo. Shoo, shoo, shoo. I'll just put everything back together. Oh, thank you. I don't know how, but I was able to plant this without getting dirty. Now what I need to do is protect this because the chickens keep eating it. So somehow I'm going to get this around it, or at least partially around it, and hopefully they won't completely eat it before it has a chance to, start living. They're very excited because I dug up a bunch of worms right next to them. And they're like, where are the rest?